The regular special meeting or special regular meeting of the Township of Ocean Board of Adjustment, July 11th, 2017, will please come to order. Please call the roll.
Present.
Here. Here. Here.
Here.
Here, please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law for this meeting have been satisfied. Copy of the notice having been sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster and filed in the office of the Township Clerk on June 1st, 2017. Please note that Mr. Fuller is present and accounted for. Emergency notice, it's an emergency exit to the courtroom doors and 2 exits at the rear of the room. Please note the no smoking law is in effect here tonight. Also note it's board policy. No new cases will be started after 11 p.m. No new testimony taken after 11:30 p.m. In addition, each applicant will be limited to 45 minutes of testimony. Please note also all meetings are video and audio taped and shown on the Township of Ocean's Community Cable Channel, Channel 22 on Verizon Fios, and Channel 77 on Cablevision. All cell phones must be turned off. If you need to make a call, please do so outside the meeting room. First item of business is a case will be carried to our meeting of July 20th, 2017, Lakeside Adult Medical Care Center, LLC, Block 140, Lot 81, 1001 Wickapecka Drive, Wanamassa. Also carried to our meeting of August 2nd, 2017, ACHPSE, LLC, Block 22, Lot 1, 207 Monmouth Road, Oakhurst, and Morris Dweck, Block 43, Lots 1 and 2, 300 Parker Avenue, Deal Park. And on tonight's agenda, case number 3, Maurice and Aileen Benjamin, Block 22, Lot 38, 250 Overbrook Avenue, Oakhurst, in an R4 zone. This will serve as public notice. No further notice will be required. It's also noted that this is our annual reorganization of the board tonight, so we have a little bit of internal business to take care of. First line of business is swearing in new members. Mr. Steinberg, I believe you will take care of this for us.
I need copies. I think there's 4 members who need to be sworn in. Stand, raise your right hand. Repeat after me.
I, Jay Doyle,
solemnly
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and will be to the same, and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. I do very thoroughly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly all duties of the member of the Ocean Township Zoning Board.
Township of Ocean,
So help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone, for another year.
Some of them are
Okay, next item of business is election of chairman for the next fiscal year.
I nominate Warren Good.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Ms. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Jessica?
Yes.
Mr. Borrell?
Yes.
Yes.
Put my name on it.
Next is election of vice chairman. I'd like to nominate Henry Shepica for that position.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Borrell?
Yes.
And Chairman Good?
Yes. Next item is approval of meeting dates for the upcoming year. It's been posted on the board. I'd like to offer them for approval.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Borrell?
Yes.
Chairman Good?
Yes. Next, appointment of Board of Adjustment attorney.
I nominate Mark Steinberg. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Borrell?
Yes.
And Chairman Good?
I abstain. Next is appointment of
Thank
Board
you.
of...
Thank you. I'm looking forward to another good year.
So do we. Next is appointment of Board of Adjustment Planner.
I nominate Jim Higgins for a period of 6 months from July 1st to December 31st, 2017.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Duda?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Chairman Good?
Abstain. I'd like to nominate for the position of Board of Adjustment Engineer, Bill Fitzgerald,
Second.
Second.
Also for a period of 6 months.
for a period of 6 months. Call the roll, please.
You want these?
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller? Mr. Monta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Duda?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Chairman Good?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Rachel to
Aye.
take the position for another year, Board Secretary.
I second.
At least resign.
Call the roll, please.
Ms.
Looking for
Bonnie?
it.
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Duda?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
And Chairman Good?
Yes. Swearing in of professionals, Mr. Steinberg, I guess you swear in Ms. Walensky and Mr. Higgins.
You notice that they don't swear to lawyers.
Yeah, well, they only swear at the lawyers, usually.
If you guys repeat after me, I
I,
I,
James
Andy
W. Higgins,
Muransky,
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the
Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the government established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, and that all testimony that I shall provide during all hearings
throughout my
term
term shall
shall
be
be
under
under
oath
oath, and therefore will be under legal obligation to speak the truth at all times.
I
I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all of the duties
of the Township of Ocean Board of Adjustment
planner according
according
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to everyone. We look forward to another wonderful year. Most of us will be here.
I'll watch you on TV.
Thank you.
I'm not put you to sleep.
Next item of business is a resolution memorialization. It's been posted on the board unless someone needs it read in full. We will offer it by title only. New York SMSA Limited Partnership. Doing business as Verizon Wireless, Block 189, Lots 6 and 9, 1110 Highway 35 Ocean. Conditional use, or this is, you want separate, no, this, Mr. Steinberg, you need separate,
I think we can
Votes on
vote all
the-
three because they were all done the same.
on the okay.
So your vote will
Conditional
count 3
use-
times.
Okay, conditional use variance approval, site plan approval, and bulk variance approval. I'll offer it.
Second.
Mrs. Bonnie seconds it, and call the roll, please.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
And Chairman Good?
Yes. Okay, brings us to our first case of the evening. Eugene Dello, it's a continued case, Eugene Dello, Block 197, Lot 2, 1305 Franklin Avenue, Ocean, in an R4 zone. There's an application to expand an existing detached garage and add a second story with variances for side yard setback under minimum, rear yard setback under minimum, and lot coverage over maximum. Mr. Dello? Come on down. Good evening, Detective. Just remind you to continue case, and you're still both under oath.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have, Mary Ann, could you mark the packet B2?
Yes, B2.
Tonight's date. And
You want me to?
I'll let you decide what reports you want to.
Well, I think
read
Mr.
first.
Fitzgerald's report is very short, so
And then your report.
Mr. Fitzgerald's report is dated July 10th, 2017, and the important part is applicant's revised proposal appears to address issues discussed before the board, including demolition of the existing garage, construction of a new one, having the agreed-upon rear yard setback, finishing of garage attic, etc. At this time, I offer no further engineering comment upon the matter. My report is dated July 11th, 2017, and I also have no problem with the resubmittal. It seems to follow according to your wishes and instructions from the April 20th meeting. So the variances are listed on the agenda. What I did do is I came up with a list of things that you might want to make sure that you consider as conditions in approval if you're going to grant one, only because it's been close to 3 months since the last hearing, and I had to actually cheat and go back and look to remember myself. So what I asked was that the applicant address the following in testimony so that these things can become part of the conditions for approval. The first is the applicant should reiterate that there will be no heat or air conditioning in the garage structure. Number 2 would be no windows are permitted on the second floor of the rear of the garage. There can be no further raising of the roof other than that shown. 3, a note on the plan says that the concrete sidewalk to be removed and reconstructed as required to maintain access to garage and residential dwelling. If you look at the copy of the plan, it seems to show the removal of a patio, and it should be revised to show where the sidewalk is going to be, just so that out in the field later on they're to be looking for a new sidewalk. In the alternative, if the patio is to remain or be replaced, the required rear yard setback of 10 feet must be maintained, or a variance with new notice would be required. So they could still build a patio if that's what they want, but it would need a variance. It's not lot coverage, but it would have to be 10 feet off of the back, which it is not. So you're talking about cutting some of it. I mean, certainly they could go to keep that, but that's not what's in the plans now, so it would probably require a variance with new notice. And then the last thing is a specific date for the removal of the shed should be agreed upon. The board might want to require the removal within 30 days of the issuance of a certificate for the garage, but in no case may the shed remain for more than 1 year from the memorialization of an approving resolution. That was the shed that was placed without permits and approvals. It's not counted in the lot coverage now that's going to be over, but I recognize that there's probably storage things in the shed now that are going to go in the garage. But we want a situation where if he chooses not to build the garage or goes slowly, that shed doesn't remain without getting the approvals that he needs.
Okay, thank you. And that's the sum and substance of all the reports, right, Mary Ann?
Correct.
Mr. Dallo,
Yes.
how are you?
All right, sir.
You've heard Mary Ann's report and Mr. Fitzgerald's report. You agree to the conditions that she enumerated?
I don't foresee the shed being up after the garage is there, and I don't see the garage taking over a year to build.
Okay.
I just don't want you to
And
say you're gonna have it done quickly and then something happens. I can't foresee. So that's why I wanted to give you a little bit of leeway there.
Thank you.
Okay, and as far as the other provisions, you agree that Mary Ann mentioned there should be no heat or air conditioning in the garage structure.
Uh-huh.
We talked about it. No windows are permitted on the second floor of the rear of the garage, and there shall be no further raising of the roof other than is shown.
That is correct.
Okay.
It has been updated.
And what about a note on the plan, the concrete sidewalk? What are your plans with the?
Just to fill that, there's a part we're going to fill
Yeah,
in.
the survey, which was the reference.
Mr. Grant, you just want to identify yourself for the record.
Brian Grant.
Yeah, we saw you in last time, so we know who it is.
The existing survey shows a patio there right now, and the patio basically aligns with the rear of the garage, which is 4.3 feet. So, we would maintain that in terms of offset from the property line. It's an existing non-conforming. So
Okay.
Essentially what was submitted was trying not to increase lot coverage. So there was like an opening in the existing patio that had pervious. So we didn't want to increase lot coverage, so we cut off a section from the rear of that patio, and we added it into that opening so that there's an ease of going from the garage into the building without hopping over landscaping.
I don't know.
But we'll put that back to existing. We'll maintain existing.
I'm just confused because the note that's on your garage improvement plan points to the patio,
Yes.
but talks about a sidewalk.
Well, it's a patio. A patio walkway. It's just nomenclature.
It's not. In our ordinance, they're very different.
Okay.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out what it is that you want to do.
It's just that area right there. We're not referring. If it's different nomenclature, then we're simply referring to that patio.
What are you, if you could come here and maybe show me, I could, this is where the note is, and
Yeah.
it's pointing to
To this area right here. All right, so this is what we're saying would be reconstructed, simply because the proposed garage will be a different orientation and slightly, the proposed garage will be a different orientation and slightly bigger. So this existing patio, which is shown on our survey, will just be reconstructed, and that's why the note referred to that.
Yeah, but that might be a problem for you, because if you're reconstructing it, you're gonna be basically demolishing it and rebuilding it, and then it's no longer a pre-existing nonconformity.
Okay, so
Once you destroy it and start over, you gotta start over.
Yeah,
so we'll leave it in place then, and we'll amend that, we'll remove that note and leave it in place.
I think that's fine.
That simplifies. Okay, we just wanted to make sure we're clear. Okay, and you agreed the date to removal of the shed, in no case would remain more than a year, but would remove within 30 days of the issuance of a certificate for the garage. So after you got the garage finished,
And
you
then
have
I can
30
move the
days
stuff
to
into the
clean out
garage.
the shed and remove. Okay.
Where's the shed?
Yes, sir.
It's not on that plan.
Okay. Anybody else have anything
Oh.
here? You have anything else you want to add? Okay, anybody from the audience care to be heard? There's a motion to close the public hearing.
I move.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Klein?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes. The same way.
Yes.
You must have taken that this one.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
append my notes to that.
Yes.
Same.
Yes. Someone want to move the application, Mr. Shepherd?
I move for positive resolution, with all the stipulations that Mary Ann said in her report.
Yeah, let's not say anything.
And
I'll try.
and was agreed to.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll second.
That should be.
Okay, call the roll.
Ms. Klein?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monza?
Yes.
Mr. Vessel?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes. Good luck, Mary. I'll give you information to publish, and then you'll get your permits, and you'll be on your way.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Very much for all your time.
Thank
Very
you.
much appreciated.
Appreciate your cooperation.
If you have a question, call Rachel or I tomorrow.
Okay. Next application, case number 2, Ilianos of Ocean, Inc., block 1.02, lot 67, 933 West Park Avenue, Ocean, in a T1 zone. This is an application for amended site plan approval in order to change conditions of a previous approval. Attorney for the applicant, Jennifer S. Krimko, Esquire. Good evening, Ms. Krimko.
Mr. Chair, members of the board.
Mary Ann, could you mark the packet B1? And we'll start maybe with Mr. Higgins' report.
I'm
Or
gonna
you-
mark the
or-
packet B1, but attached to the packet, we also have copies of the resolutions from 2013. There's 3 of them. One for preliminary and final site, one for approval of bulk, and one for the expansion of the pre-existing.
So how do you want to,
I'm gonna mark the resolutions as B2. They're submitting as part of the application, but,
the 3 of them will be as B2?
yeah,
How do you do that? B2-1, B2-2?
I just write it however I feel.
Oh, okay. That's not how that's done. Because Ms. Krimko could get upset if you do it the wrong way. Okay, and Mr. Higgins, we can start, I guess, with your report?
Yeah, it's short, so I'll just read it. The applicant received approvals for expansion of a non-conforming use, numerous bulk variances, and preliminary and final site plan in 2013. The applicant is seeking to amend 3 of the conditions of approval for the site plan, all of which deal with the timing of submissions or construction. These are: Condition 5 required amended plans to be submitted no later than 30 days after October 10th, 2013. Revised plans are not submitted within the time frame and has been submitted with the current application for amended approval. Condition 6 required the applicant to file an application with the Monmouth County Planning Board within 30 days of October 10th, 2013. The application states that the county application will be submitted within 30 days of the submission of the application for amended approval, which is dated 2/10/16. The county application was filed on March 16th, 2017. The condition 7 required that all improvements be completed by June 15th, 2014. The improvements have not been completed. The applicant states that the improvements will be completed no later than 6 months from the date of an amended resolution as adopted if the application is approved. The applicant has presented several reasons for the delays in meeting the required deadlines. These include personal problems, financial problems, and delays in the response of his professionals. While these may be reasons for the delays, they are not appropriate considerations in determining whether an application should be approved. The issue before the board is whether or not there are legitimate planning reasons for granting the amendments to the resolution. It should be noted that the reason for the subject deadlines was that the site had been modified without approvals on a number of occasions, and the intent was to bring the site more into conformity as quickly as possible. In this instance, the board should consider the nature of the proposed improvements and whether granting the amendment, which is the extensions of time, would allow the improvements to be constructed would be beneficial. In addition to the above, I have one minor concern regarding the current submission, and that is that the details on the engineering plans should show the hairpin striping for the parking spaces, which they don't show.
Thank you, Mr. Higgins. Mary Ann, you want to take care of the rest of the reports that should be read in, like Mr. Fitzgerald's report?
There's a lot of background information here. I would think that the most important one that remains is Bill Fitzgerald's report dated 5/17/17. I think Bill's report points out that there are some issues remaining with lighting that have carried over from the previous application since it wasn't perfected. His most important comment now is this request appears to have been met. However, illumination levels on the walks adjacent to the building are unacceptable in spite of an apparent building-mounted luminaire. Additionally, illumination levels beneath the canopy roof overhang at the rear of the building must conform with ordinance requirements. So it sounds like there might need to be some tinkering with the lighting aspects of the plan. And under his additional comments, he has some concerns about the curb walkway configuration and the configuration location setback at the roof overhang at the rear of the building. Again, things that just need to be updated on the plans prior to final signature.
Okay. And the rest are the standard communications and notices. Okay, Ms. Krimko,
Yes, and
do we swear in your witness now?
sure. Again, for the record, Jennifer Krimko, on behalf of the applicant Fausto Iliano, who's the principal at Iliano's. Why don't you raise your right hand, let's have you sworn in, Fausto.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You state your name in connection with the application.
Fausto Iliano.
Okay. You have to speak closer into the microphone because we're recording and,
Fausto Iliano.
thank you.
And you're a principal of...
You too, Ms. Krimko, you too, please use the microphone.
I never get that, do I?
Well, it's broadcasting and it's...
You're a principal in the entity that is the applicant, correct?
Yes.
Okay, before we start testifying, if I could just move some items into evidence?
Certainly.
Revised plans that I need to.
Yeah, A1,
Give me
Yeah,
one
okay,
second,
no,
I'll
no,
get
take
you
your
some. Yep,
I didn't know if there were revised plans or just asking for extensions.
well,
they're somewhat revised.
there was somewhat, just by way of brief background, and Fausto will testify to this, there were a series of events that led to this delay. The first being some health issues, the second being financial issues, the third being his former attorney retired. It was Peter Bass, and there was not a lot of follow-up with the engineer. And then when the engineer gets here, he's at his parents' 60th wedding anniversary party tonight, so hopefully when Chet gets here, Chet dropped the ball a couple...
Chet's 60th anniversary?
No, his parents' 60th
Oh, I
wedding
thought you said
anniversary.
Chet's.
Yeah. He dropped the ball a few times as well, so it wasn't until it all got kind of pulled back together that we're here. And what had happened was the plans were never revised in compliance with the original approval. So the plans that Chet submitted were actually revised on through 2/7/16 to address some of those comments. Obviously not all of them, as you heard from the letter. So A1 will be the site plan revised through 2/7/16.
Just so you know, there's like 4 sheets in that, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Each sheet has a different revision date.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. You want me to just-
Only sheet 1 is revised through
Yeah.
2/7/16.
You want me to read the others? Because I have them here in my report.
Sheet 2 is
Okay.
9/23/15. Sheet 4 is 2/7/16. I'm sorry, that's sheet 3, and sheet 4 is the original date of 8/10/13.
So maybe one of the conditions, since they're gonna have to make changes, is to
Right.
let's make it uniform.
Okay. A2 are the architectural plans that were originally approved on the original application. Those are revised through 5/30/13.
That's what we approved, there's nothing new.
Correct, no change. And then A3 is just the color rendered. If you're looking towards the west side view of the proposed addition, and that also has not changed from the original approval.
I believe that's in their packet,
Yep.
if I can just,
Yeah, it should be. I did see that.
yeah,
Okay, so
that's,
we don't need to submit it separately.
yeah, you don't, it's in your packet.
Now, Fausto, you heard me make representations with regard to the delay. Was that accurate, the reason why the compliance wasn't done and why the permitting wasn't done?
Yes, it was right.
Okay, so there were a combination of,
There was a combination, financial problem, health issue, and family problem.
family problems that took you overseas and took you,
At least 3 times.
okay. And your then attorney, Peter Bass, retired, and then you had to,
All the time I was looking for him, we never met each other. He was on vacation and things like that.
okay. Your intention is to construct this per the approved plans?
As soon as I possible.
Okay. So I think, Mr. Chair, members of the board, well, I agree with Jim that the applicant's hardships are not the planning reasons behind granting the extension. I think that the planning reasons that the board found when they originally granted the approval are still in place today and still apply. Probably even more so since it's been there for that much longer. As a result, we're looking to make good on the previous approval. What I would ask is that if the board is going to vote favorably, we did submit the Monmouth County Planning Board application. They came back to us and wanted an additional checklist and a bunch more information put on the plans, which we have resubmitted. So I don't know, let me rephrase that, I don't know which would come first, if the board were to approve this, the adoption of the resolution or the county approval. But obviously, we can't commence any construction until we have the outside agency approvals. I don't anticipate them wanting us to do anything because we're not changing the entrance, the exit, we're just adding some curbing, but you never can tell. So I would ask that whatever, if the board were to vote favorably, that the time frame run from when we get the county approval, which we will continue to actively pursue.
That sounds fairly reasonable. We still should have an outside date. Make sure you're not slowing down the county approvals,
No,
that you're actively pursuing it.
right. I mean,
Someday.
what I'd suggest is that for, to complete construction within 6 months from getting the county approval, I would anticipate we should have the county approval within 90 days. I can't imagine that there would be a reason why we wouldn't.
Why not, maybe the suggestion would be then 9 months from the date of approval of the resolution, or
Yes.
6 months from the county approval, whichever is shorter.
That's fine.
Yes.
I
That's
know
what I'm
that,
saying you need some outside date for that.
yeah, I know that Mr. Leano is eager to get started, and we had a notice issue with the Asbury Park Press, and we had a plan confusion issue, so this has just been a myriad of issues.
What has to be done at the county?
We have to, because it's on a county road and because it technically drains into a county structure,
Right.
nothing. We have to submit it and they have to approve it. We submitted it, we got back comments that they wanted the formal checklist and they wanted additional information like, the topo of the road and some spot grades and things like that, which we resubmitted. So now it's just, I don't, maybe Mark is the only one here who knows. They have an engineer, Victorino Zabat, who does the review for the drainage. He may or may not want us to make changes.
It's unusual, because usually the county gives us copies of those comments. We
It
didn't
was
get
an
any.
email, it was I didn't know either.
Oh, okay.
It was a call from, the planner to Chet. It was back and forth, and then I got a check, and I wasn't aware of it, and then I got a check returned, and I called Victor, and I said, why am I getting this check back? And he said, and then he told me, so they sent the letter. It wasn't a formal, it wasn't the formal thing that they sent.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do we do?
You have testimony? I mean, what do you,
Yeah, I mean, that was the sum and substance of the testimony, that it was based on the delays due to the personal issues suffered from the applicant, as well as the professionals retiring and lack of response.
But I guess the answer is what do you want? Do you want this completed?
Yeah.
It's
we
been
want
hanging
to,
out
yes,
there-
we want to complete it as soon
hanging out
as,
there for about 10 years.
right, we want this completed as soon as possible.
So they do need an extension. Their site plan is gone. They've expired.
Correct.
Okay, so they have no right to even apply for a building permit based upon the prior approval, which is expired. So they're asking that you renew it. The reason is that unfortunately this building got to be where it's at without approvals, and we were trying to rope it in. Didn't happen, and hopefully it will happen now.
We're committed to having it happen, and also just to point out, we will comply with Jim and Bill's letters.
Okay, so what you're looking for is an extension
A
of,
reinstatement of the approval that allows us either 9 months from the memorialization or 6 months from the county approval, whichever is first to complete the work.
But I think you need another date. When can you submit revised plans to meet everybody? Don't you think we should have a date for that too?
yes.
Sure. I would,
60 days from the memorialization?
I don't think we would make that long.
You got Chet.
Well, do you want to, wait, maybe we want to have revised plans before memorialization.
So,
Well,
I
we
mean,
can do that.
you're not
Okay.
looking to do anything tomorrow anyway. So why don't we, I mean, I would suggest to approve the extension as a amended plan with the requirement that,
That doesn't help you, Mr. Chair. That actually allows us,
More
if
time.
we were someone else and it wasn't me, perhaps to extend it out even further. I think you're better off giving a set date for when Chet needs to.
I was going to do that, I was going to say, okay, yes, I agree with that. I was trying to get those,
Because then,
Words
you know,
out.
then the resolution might not get memorialized for 6 months, if we do it that way. And then that
no, all
extends
right,
out
so you have,
60 days from today
okay,
to get it in?
Yeah.
To get the revised plans in,
okay.
which effectively is about 30 days from memorialization.
Does it matter if we memorialize it before or after the revised plans? I would,
No, because they're going to be subject to submission of revised plans within 60 days.
okay.
It's just that I think we need that deadline also
That-
to
That's
push.
an excellent
push,
suggestion.
Chet
Yeah.
a little bit so
I
that,
don't disagree.
well, those plans have to be reviewed before you can go get a building permit. So let's
Exactly.
get that moving.
We will.
All right, so you have,
60 days from today?
Sure.
So that would be August 11th, assumably, or 10th, whatever it is.
Mary Ann, put that on your calendar, please.
Yeah, September.
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 gone.
September.
Oh, it's July.
August
It'll be
11th.
September. It'll be September.
Oh,
10th.
September 11th, yeah.
Do it.
Right,
wanna do
August,
September
September, okay.
That's true.
Rachel, put that on your calendar.
Never.
You don't want 9/11.
They'll be in long before then.
Okay,
No, but I'll give you I think that input is to have that, and then if you are going to extend it, they're gonna have to complete construction, is that what we're talking about?
Complete
Within
constr-
6 months of the Monmouth County approval, or 9 months of our memorialization, whichever occurs first.
okay.
Jim, was there landscaping involved?
I believe so.
You're gonna be, but I don't
I
think
don't know
it's
if there was any
extensive.
new landscape plan
Are
required.
you gonna be able to, seasonally, is that what you're talking about?
That's what I thought.
Are you gonna meet the seasons on that?
I thought it was just the hairpin striping that needed.
No,
No, it's on the plan.
no, there's some landscaping on the plan, will you be
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
there's
complete the
landscaping.
landscaping?
you could plan
I
till
would
the
think
first
so.
day of
Plan till the
frost.
fall
So, yeah,
before-
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do the planting in the fall regardless of what the status is of the other item.
Do you want that in the resolution too? What's the fall?
Mark, you have enough information for a resolution, right?
November 30th.
By 11:30, 17, all plantings, okay,
Yeah.
even if they don't have the building
Correct.
completed, at least we'll get that in before.
Yeah.
What it'll be is gonna be an amendment to the, site plan approval as to those paragraphs with additional conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I have no approval, and I have no problem approving it. I just want to make sure we got the, the format of a resolution.
Right, but the answer
Together.
isn't what they're presenting to you, and I think what our planner is saying is that the impetus is not only on the applicant to do this, but it's certainly on the community and the planning
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
to have it completed, to make
Correct.
it look nice.
Yes.
Correct.
And finish the building, which is sort of standing out there.
That's why
So,
I'm willing to extend it as an amended
Site
plan,
approval.
amended site plan approval.
Right.
And that's what you're seeking, and that's what we'd be approving.
specifically, 2 paragraphs for completion, and I don't think we have to worry about the Monmouth County Planning Board, that's
Already
been
submitted.
Yeah.
That's already submitted,
Yeah.
but it's actually the completion dates, which are now extended, but that's gonna include all plantings by November 30th, all revised plans
by
in 60
September.
days, September 10th, and then the 6 month or 9 months, whichever occurs first.
Okay, anybody else have anything to add or subtract? Anyone from the public here to be heard? Is there a motion to close the public
I
hearing?
move.
Second.
Call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes. I guess we're offering a motion of extending the approvals, is that?
Amended site plan approval.
Amended site plan approval as for timing,
Okay.
of completion.
And the other notes that you have in compliance with the reports and basically everything else that you've agreed to. Okay, I'll offer that. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Shepka, call the roll.
Yes.
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 Thank you very much.
Good luck, Ms. Krimko.
Thank you.
Moving right along.
I did not hear back from anybody.
You'll be back. 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
She's not here.
Next application is case number 4. Thank you, Mr. Higgins. Have a good evening. Next applicant, case number 4, Jonathan Los Quadro, Block 105, Lot 15, 1322 Maple Avenue, Ocean, in an R6 zone. This is an application to construct a garage addition on this corner lot with variances for front yard setback, rear yard setback, lot coverage over maximum. Good evening.
Hello.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Give us your name and address in the microphone, please.
Jonathan Lasquadro, 1322 Maple Avenue, Ocean Township.
Thank you. Miriam, would you mark the packet B1 with tonight's date and give us your report and Bill's report?
The important thing about Bill's report is that he says the surrounding neighborhood is fully developed and has been for many years. Notwithstanding planning considerations regarding the matter, I have no engineering comment upon the proposal. My report is dated July the 11th. The applicant wishes to remove an existing carport and add a one-story garage addition to the side of an existing dwelling. Variances are required for front and rear yard setbacks under minimum and lot coverage over maximum. This is a corner lot. I do not have a concern with this request. The existing carport is approximately 10 feet by 20 feet. The new garage is approximately 17 feet by 27 feet. It is a bit larger than a typical one-car garage in order to accommodate some storage. In my opinion, a garage is preferable for aesthetic and storage purposes over a carport. Given that many of the variance requests are existing conditions and that the lot coverage is only 0.78% more than the maximum allowed, I do not have a problem with the request. The board may wish to consider requiring some foundation plantings on the Sunset Avenue side, as the facade on that side is very plain.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Los Quadro, tell us what we can do for you.
Pretty much you covered it all. I'm just looking for a variance, like build a garage, and I want to widen the driveway as well. I believe that's in the plans there.
And why?
But the driveway doesn't require variance.
Okay, never mind that.
About that.
Okay, and why do you want to build a garage?
Well, I have not a lot of storage in my current house. I like to park a car in there when it snows. I think everybody prefers a garage over a carport anyway, so.
Okay, sounds good.
Safety concerns.
Yeah.
Safety concerns. Okay, security.
I got all that.
right?
I have all those catchwords, thank you.
I'm sorry?
I have all those catchwords.
You have all those catchwords, okay.
Just providing them the catchwords.
Miriam, do you have some suggestions for the foundation plan, things that you're
I really
recommending?
don't. I think he should maybe consult with a landscape company that's a north side there. So, you know, pick something that might be varied. I wouldn't want to see a hedge all the way across. You know, just something that breaks it up and makes it look a little bit less plain. You certainly could do it with architectural means, but that probably would cost more, so.
Okay.
I would just say.
So do you want him to submit a landscape plan to your
Yeah.
satisfaction?
Yep. So just talk to somebody, resubmit, just showing us the size and what the type plantings will be.
Okay, you understand what she said?
I'll, well,
Just go to somebody that you know is a landscaper, or go to Snooky, right up the block, and ask him what the plan on the north side.
Right, you know, what the plan on the other one, something you maybe want, and plant it every 5 or 8 feet.
Something to just break up the
There's not that
appearance of
many.
it, so it's not so stark.
Okay.
Okay?
It's not that far. It's 27 feet,
Feet,
so
so
it's
you
not much.
plant one
And
every
we're not
5 or 8
saying
feet, it's 6,
solid.
7 plants.
you said
It's a few
you
bushes.
need a plan, so like to.
Well, you can
Take a copy of your plan,
write on it.
write on it, do circles with an X, which means, I don't know, I'm gonna make it up, you know, that means a little spruce and
And
something
give a little
else
key at the
might-
bottom what it means.
Yeah, and that's all we're looking for.
Okay, like on the survey, you mean?
Yes, very informal.
Well, I would probably use a copy of the plan done by your architect, that's
Okay.
not a survey, but
Okay.
and that'll be easy for you to show them.
Okay.
So a couple high ones, a couple low ones.
Okay, anybody else have any questions or
Something that
comments or
grows on the north side.
concerns? Anyone from the audience care to be heard? A motion to close the public hearing?
I move.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Barnes?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Jessica?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Good?
Yes, someone want to
I offer
Offer.
positive resolution.
Second.
call the roll, please?
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Jessica?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Good?
Yes. You call the office tomorrow morning, I'll give you information for publishing.
Okay, thank you.
You can continue. Good luck. Final application of the evening, Stephen and Kim Pillsbury, 7 Holland Avenue, Oakhurst, in an R3 zone. This is an application to keep a patio area around an in-ground pool with a variance for a side yard setback of 6.8 feet where a minimum of 10 feet is required. Good evening.
Good evening.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Give us your name and address, please. in the mic.
Stephen Pillsbury, 7 Holland Avenue, Oakhurst, New Jersey, 07755.
Thank you very much. Marianne, could you mark the packet B1 with tonight's date and give us whatever report you want to give us?
Mr. Fitzgerald's report says the surrounding neighborhood is fully developed and has been for many years. Notwithstanding planning considerations regarding the matter, I have no engineering comment upon the applicant's proposal. My report dated today says the applicant wishes to keep a pool surround patio with a side yard setback of 6 feet, 8 inches, where a minimum of setback of 10 feet is required. I do not have a concern with this request. The setback is de minimis and should not be a problem, given the solid 6-foot-high vinyl fence.
Thank you. Mr. Pillsbury, I assume the picture that we have is the existing and,
That is correct. I've added some plants and things. It looks better than that now.
Didn't do too well.
okay, and there's a fence surrounding it, so none of your neighbors have any idea what setback is or what it looks like, so they're isolated. and-
That is correct, yep.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell us?
No, I want to get a variance because it seems silly to bring the guy in to saw cut the concrete, and it's all set now, and
I have no problem. Anybody have any questions or concerns with this? Anybody, Mr. Walton? Okay. Motion to close the public hearing?
I move.
Call the roll.
Worrell.
Warrell was quick. He seconded before he was offered, just so we could get that second.
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Jessica?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
yes.
Mr. Good?
Yes, someone offer a,
I offer positive resolution.
Second.
call the roll.
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Jessica?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Good?
Yes. Good luck, Mary, and I'll give you information for publishing. Call the office in the morning.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you. That's it, everybody. It's a wrap, right? Mr. Pillsbury? There's the information right there. Save your phone call.
Thank you.
Meeting is adjourned.